What is going on today, guys? It is freezing today. It's actually below zero, so it is legitimately freezing. I am bundled up, but I just couldn't wait. Today is way too exciting. So today we are finally going to do something cool on the Boss. We're finally going to give it a little bit more power and make it sound amazing. Today we're installing this American Thunder catback exhaust system for the 2013 Boss 302. And as you guys can see, we go from an H pipe to an X pipe now, and we've got the distinctive side exit exhaust for the Boss 302. Fun little tip for you guys, in case you didn't know, unfortunately, Flowmaster's little clamps that they sell are not that great. And a little pro tip I got from my buddies over at Mopac was to get some of these guys, which are their own brand of exhaust hangers. They're a much stronger steel, and the way they were explaining it to me was they were actually putting these exhaust systems on cars specifically from Flowmaster, and the exhaust was coming loose, and they actually had one muffler kind of completely disconnect from the pipe. And they showed me, they had a bin full of them, and we actually watched as they tightened them down. Rather than it actually clamping the pipe, it actually just stretches the clamp, and it doesn't actually put any tension down and clamp the two pipes together. So they actually went and came up with their own version of them, which is a lot stronger, and it'll actually clamp it down. You won't have any exhaust leaks. You only have to do it once. So I'm gonna be doing that today. This is cold. I'm gonna try and do this as quickly as I can. I'm gonna throw in a little cold start for you guys right here, just so you know what it sounded like completely stock.
Operate.
And now we're gonna get started on this guy, and we're gonna get this thing wrapped up, and we're gonna do a little cold start with the new Flowmaster system. All right, guys, let's get started. I'm cold. All right, so we got the car up in the air. It's gonna be a little bit of backyard mechanic kind of style here. I only have, I am sick as well, by the way. I only have jack stands and a jack, so I don't really have the lift. My buddy's at his family shop right now. They're up and running, so we're not going to use the shop because we're actually going to go watch the UFC fight tonight with Georges St. Pierre, so I'm really excited for that as well. So unfortunately, I have to do this in the driveway if I want to have this done for tonight, so that's just the way it's going to have to be. So I'm going to crawl underneath. What I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the factory H-pipe and try and get the over axle pipes out. We'll see if I have enough space or if I've got to do those when I remove the back mufflers, but it's going to be an up in the front and up in the back kind of scenario. So this is going to take a little bit longer than it normally would if I had a 4-post hoist or if I had a 2-post, but we'll work with what we got, right guys? All right, let's see what we can do. All right, so I've got the one side done already, and I'm starting to think I might have made a tactical error in this one. The Flowmaster exhaust actually says to do the rear first, not the front. So we'll see how this goes. I'm still gonna keep going. I'm gonna take the whole H-pipe out. Even if I have to just take it out and then jack up the rear of the car, I'll do it, but this might have been a mistake. I might have been going at this the wrong way. I'm so used to doing these things on actual hoists. It's just so much easier. That's how I always do. I start from the front, work my way to the back, and I never thought about doing it on jack stands. So I'll keep going. Let's see how this turns out for me. All right. H-pipe is out. I'm starting to think, yeah, it would probably be better to lift the rear of the car up first and then do this. Either way, I think I can still get the new H-pipe in, or X-pipe actually, move the factory over axles out of the way, and then just lift it up after. All right, one muffler down. If you're asking your wife for a present for Christmas, get some exhaust hanger removal tools. Doing it with flathead screwdrivers and pry bars is not fun, but I did get it done. We got one out. I'm noticing with the over axle tubes, when you're doing this to jack stands, you just don't quite have enough room to articulate it to get it out. I'm gonna lift up the other end of the car now, see if I can actually get enough clearance to swing that pipe out. If not, I've heard a lot of guys cut them, but I really don't wanna have to cut these things. I wanna keep the factory stuff, so I'm gonna give it everything I got. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so here's the verdict. You can take the over axle tubes out on this car without cutting them. No question. You have to undo the swivel end links, you have to undo the lower control arm bars, and then you can drop the axle just enough to squeeze it past the fuel tank shield. All of this is entirely possible. I'm not gonna do it. The reasons are, it's below freezing right now. I have a cold. I don't really care. I mean, I can re-weld the exhaust back up. I have a welder, I know how to weld, so I'm just gonna cut it at the welds right where the resonators are. It's a nice clean spot. I can grind off that section and I can actually re-weld it back on later on if I ever chose to. Odds are, I'm never gonna put the exhaust back on, the factory exhaust. It's more so for the new owner, which I don't even know if I'm ever gonna sell this car. So I'm sitting here debating it going, do I really wanna spend the extra time to do all this work when I know I'm never gonna put it back on me personally? So it's a personal choice. I know tons of you are gonna just type away and give me all these sorts of nasty comments in the comment section. That's totally fine. It's starting to snow right now, so I wanna get this done. So we're gonna cut it, all right guys? I really wish this was showing up on film, but it's starting to snow here. Last muffler's out. You can probably see in the background, I actually cut the pipes right where the welds were, like I said I was going to do. So that's hopefully going to give me, well, it did give me enough room to get them out. Now with the new ones, the reason why you don't have to cut, or obviously they don't come in two pieces, the new ones are actually shorter because the H pipe or the X pipe is actually longer. That way you got the room under the car to put them on. This snow's starting to come quick. I gotta get this done real quick. I hope I can get this done in the next 30 minutes, guys. So let's see how this goes. I'm getting really tired. All right, it is all on now. It is snowing a little bit heavier. I know this type of snow, it's just gonna be one of those moments where all of a sudden it just dumps. So everything's tightened up. I just gotta put the side exit exhaust back on it now. Once I have that on the car, I can get it back down on the ground and we can fire this thing up. So yeah, this is this is a first for me, putting an exhaust system on in a snowstorm. But hey, I live in Canada, I gotta deal with it. All right guys, let's finish this thing up. It's done. Everything's tightened up. I learned an interesting fact in case any of you guys ever want to do one of these systems on the Boss 302. On the X pipe, it says Flowmaster right across where the X is welded in. That has to face the body of the car, not down where you would logically think it would, because when you put it up in the air, you want to be like, oh look, Flowmaster, that's cool. No, when you put it the way I did first, where you had it facing down, the side exits are actually not facing in a downward angle. They're very slightly facing upward, and you can't get your side exit exhaust pipes on. So I had to redo the whole thing, pull it out, flip it around. I went through the instructions. Nowhere in there does it state that. So keep that in mind if you guys are gonna do the system on your car. Yeah, I wish they would have mentioned that. So it's all done. I'm putting tools away. Let's get a cold start so you guys can hear what this thing sounds like. I'm excited to see what it sounds like. Hopefully I have no exhaust leaks. Hopefully I tightened up everything well. So let's see what it sounds like. All right, guys.
Well, we're in the car. I washed it even though it's snowing, but it was just really filthy. I had to do it. So yeah, I'm just driving it right now to kind of see what it sounds like, and we'll run through it. I've got a mic hooked up to the Sony camera here, so hopefully it sounds a little bit better. I still have the factory size side exit cutouts put on right now. It's winter, so I didn't want it to be super loud. I leave really early in the morning too in my neighborhood, and I kind of like my neighbors, so definitely, you know, during the track seasons and everything else, I open it right up, and that's what you guys have been listening to normally. But right now, just keep in mind the side exits are kind of like the stock diameter, so we'll just kind of start going through, see what it sounds like. Definitely sounds a little bit louder on full throttle. It responds a lot better too, which is kind of nice. I'm noticing it's more or less louder when I'm kind of just idling around, or just when I'm trying to, you know, drive normally. You got a little bit more deeper, throatier kind of sound. But not bad. Definitely not bad. A little bit more crackle too. I don't know if it's gonna come out on the camera, but yeah, a little bit more of a crackle on the on the decels when you kind of put it in gear. So far I like it. It sounds really throaty, especially when the track idle kicks in. I found with the stock exhaust, you don't really hear it very well at the back of the car. When I had the side exits opened up, I mean, you hear it great, it sounds awesome there, but on the back it's just so muffled that you don't really get to hear it. And now with these, I had it kind of idling while I was washing it, and you hear it for sure. It sounds great, so I'm really happy with this one, guys. All right, that's it for today's video. I'm gonna go inside and get warmed up, have a hot coffee or something. I am freezing. It is -3 right now Celsius, so it's cold. It's not super cold, but it's cold enough. I mean, I am from Vancouver. We're not like the guys throughout the rest of the country here are used to like -30 and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy with this one, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe, click the like button, leave some comments below. Let me know what exhaust systems you guys have on your Boss 302s and what you think of them. I'm gonna drive this one for a little bit. Maybe I'll do a long-term kind of review on how I feel once I put some miles on it, but right now I'm super happy with it. All right, thanks guys. See you next time.